Dragon Ball Super has given us one of the most touching moments ever in the history of the franchise, as we've seen the birth of Vegeta and Bulma's second child. It was so adorable, and I have secured an interview with the Prince of All Saiyans himself. Another one of my often imitated ideas, interviewing Dragon Ball characters. And guess what? He has a YouTube channel as well, and I want everybody out there to go check him out. Pause the video, check out his channel. He's very funny, he's very creative, and I brought him on to talk about the birth of his little angel, the Princess Bra, or Bulla, whatever you want to say. Please welcome the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta. Welcome to Geekdom 101.
It's a pleasure to be here. Very excited.
Yes, and I can't imagine just how excited you are about your bundle of joy coming into the world. And on this channel, I have interviewed Chris Sabat and Brian Drummond, but that's not who we're talking to today. We're talking to Vegeta himself. And I gotta ask you about your daughter. How do you feel? This is not your first stroll down this park.
No, it's not my first stroll, but it's the first memorable one. I mean, I actually care. I love her. She has my wife's eyes. She has my veracity. I can feel that she's going to be a tremendous warrior.
She also has your wife's hair, which is blue, and lately you've been copying your wife's hair. Ever since your rematch with Frieza, you've been copying your wife's hair recently. Was that done on purpose?
I don't know. It wasn't done on purpose, but it's a funny coincidence because then Trunks gets blue hair out of nowhere. We all have blue hair now. It's weird.
It's very weird. Everybody wants to be like Bulma. So I want to ask you about Bra, and I mean, first of all, how do you feel? Because in Dragon Ball Super, you were at first, very protective of her. Anybody who, when she cried, anybody around her, you were getting upset. I'm sensing that the Vegeta that we know now is not the Vegeta that we first met when you came to Earth with Nappa. Like, Kakarot, as much as you hate to admit this, has had a profound impact on your life. You admitted it once. It was a while back, but you did admit it.
It's all changed me. Earth has become my home. For a long time, it wasn't. There was only one home for me, and it was Planet Vegeta. But now I care about this planet. I want to live here for the rest of my days with my kids and train them to be proper warriors. And I want to protect it by any means necessary. If that means I have to act like a clown like Kakarot and do the bingo dance, I will do it.
Right, well, you have before. Now, the question is, have you and Bulma had any kind of parental training? I mean, like I said, this is not your first kid, but are you gonna are you gonna raise Bra differently than how you did Trunks? Because you weren't really there for Trunks as much as you seem to be for this, kid.
Yeah, I mean, with Trunks, I knew he needed to be independent, make him stronger, because I knew he was a man. He needed the hard love, he needed that. Whereas my daughter, she needs to be loved and hugged and shown all the affection in the world. Whereas Trunks, he needed to grow up early. You know what I mean?
That's very adorable.
To grow up fast.
I mean, the vegetable shippers are freaking losing their minds at this one. So let me ask you about Trunks, okay? Because one of the big mysteries that we have tried to figure out in the fandom is, during that time period, when Trunks was a little baby, you were, at one point you did surpass Kakarot. Without question, you destroyed Android 19, ripped off his arms. I must say, that was such a great, that was so glorious of you to do.
It was.
Right? What happened? Okay, how did you end up with Bulma? Like, what happened with Trunks? Like, because I know that you trained really hard to catch up to Goku, and you did it. I mean, you definitely achieved that goal. When did she come into the picture? Like, did you plan on having the kid? Because I'm pretty sure Trunks was an accident. I think it's pretty obvious, but you tell me, man.
I didn't plan anything. I was just in, training as usual. I would train, and Bulma would kind of give me the eye, like I was a piece of meat almost. She would just kind of stare at me like Kakarot stares at a fucking buffet, just mouth watering. One day I was training in the gravity room. I passed out because I was exhausted. I wake up and there's a blue-haired woman on top of me.
A blue-haired rich woman, bro. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. You hit the jackpot. Not only did you marry a relatively attractive woman, you also married one that is a part of the richest family on earth. I mean, you talk about a lucky break, right?
I'm used to the royal treatment. I just walked right back into royalty after Planet Vegeta was done. I was like, okay, then, all right, I guess this is good. This is good.
So I did a video. One of the early videos I did was I speculated about whether or not Bulma took your virginity. Now this is a private matter, but I'm hoping you'll be open to this because this is uncensored Vegeta, the prince here. Was Bulma your first?
She was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
she
didn't
was.
go around exploring alien. You weren't getting into some wacky alien orgies with Nappa. Bulma is
Oh,
confirmed
no.
your first.
Yeah, she is my first. I didn't do any of that stuff. You know, first of all, I mean, we didn't have that many choices. I mean, on some planets, you had the bug planet and all that other stuff. I'm not gonna stick my thing in there. You know, just no.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I've seen some humans that look worse than those bugs. I mean, that
you're,
some
you're not
mean.
wrong. There are some ugly ones.
They're out there, man. But what a way to lose it, man. With Bulma, and that was Bulma. And, you know, with all due respect, that was her in her prime. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's the way. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but that she was in her prime at that time, and so were you in many ways. But I would argue you're probably more powerful now than you were back then. I have a question for you. How are you able to, let's say, do the horizontal polka with Bulma without killing her? Because we know you're an extreme guy. We know you have a short fuse. We know you're powerful. How do you do this without accidentally ramming your head through a mountain?
Well, I mean, she's just that incredible of a woman that she can take all of me. You know, not every woman can be with a Saiyan. You know, there's a reason why Chi-Chi's with Kakarot, because she can obviously take the punishment. God, more ways than one. He's an idiot.
So you're saying that Chi-Chi and Bulma are extraordinarily durable humans, what you're trying to tell me right now.
Very durable. Yeah.
Durable or, well, let's not go there. I was going to say something raunchy, but we're not going to get that raunchy. So I wanted to ask,
to answer your question, you were thinking that you're probably right.
I can't believe I'm having guy talk with Vegeta here. I never, when I first started watching Dragon Ball when I was like 10 or whatever, I don't even remember how old I was a little kid. I never thought I'd actually be having a guy talk with Vegeta, but I'm sure we'll have more off air. Now in Dragon Ball Super, recently you wanted to name your daughter Echelot. There's been a big debate about Bra, Bulla. You wanted to name her Echelot because that's a powerful, prideful Saiyan name, but your wife named her Bra. And not only did she name her Bra, but she actually got a birth certificate made up. I don't know how she did it so fast, considering that Whis delivered the baby right then and there, but whatever. She's rich. She can do what she wants. Are you okay with your wife just doing that to you? Are you going to let that slide, man?
I'm not okay with it. I really am not. I don't understand. I wanted to name this child. I mean, she named Trunks. Granted, I wasn't there. But why? Why does she have to name all of her children? Like it's like a hidden conspiracy that she named her Bra. She named Trunks Trunks. What's next? Are we going to have a son that's named Tidy Whitey? I just can't take it anymore. She should respect my decision. You know what I mean? I'm invested in this child. I should be able to name it.
Now hold on a minute, Vegeta. Just who do you think you are? You do realize that I am a genius. I'm a scientist. I created a time machine, for Christ's sake. What have you ever done? You just sit on your butt all day, or you're in the training room whilst I'm doing everything around here.
She was listening the entire time.
This is uncomfortable.
Well,
right now.
It's good to have you, ma'am. I wasn't expecting you to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Bulma has arrived, and she also has a YouTube channel, which I want you guys to check out as well. I'll leave the links to that down below. I have questions for you. I don't want you guys to fight or anything, but hopefully I didn't disrespect you or anything in this recording. But I wanted to ask you what was it? What is it about Vegeta? You knew he was a murderous, genocidal maniac. You knew that he wanted to kill your best friend since you were a kid. You knew that he, even killed your then boyfriend Yamcha at one point. Well, he didn't directly kill him, but he was indirectly. He was the Cyberman.
Mm-hmm.
The Cyberman.
What is
well,
it?
That's kind of a turn on now.
Okay. What is it about Vegeta that you... Well, first, you know what? Let me ask Vegeta first. What is it about Bulma that you find attractive? And then I'll ask her the same question the other way around.
Answer carefully.
You're making me think about it, woman. Let me just answer honestly. She's a very assertive woman. Whatever she wants, she takes. I respect that because I'm like that too. Whatever I want, I take. You know, so
And she took you.
That was an obvious. Yeah, exactly. She took me, and I mean, damn, she could take me. Then I think that's the woman I should be with. You know, there's no other woman that has ever done that before.
So Bulma, all right. What was it about Vegeta that attracted you so much? What is it about this guy that you just... I mean, you've got 2 kids with the guy. I mean, he is your husband.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you've only got to look at him. I mean, he's really ripped for one. And just one day he was training in the gravity room and there was sweat just dripping all over his body. And I just couldn't take it. I was like, I need to have him. So he passed out and I got him in bed and I decided to sit on top of him. And then he wakes up and something else woke up. And can I just say, his power level is so over 9 inches. I mean, he's way bigger than Yamcha. Not that that's hard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought
I
it
don't
was
mean
hard.
to brag.
Wasn't that the point?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And I saw him in the shower, and I thought I saw something that was his tail, but let's just say it wasn't. You know, I was thinking, back when
What?
you were training in the gravity room, you looked really good, and I started getting a little bit frisky.
Okay, woman, wait. I am on the phone right now. I am conducting business. Why you gotta be such a vulgar woman? Can't you just-
Because you torment me. Just look at you. You just look so good today.
Not in front of the guests.
Just
I
help
am
me make
not
a third
tormenting
baby.
you.
All right.
Not
well,
in front of the guests.
We're gonna bring this interview to a close. They're gonna go and make their 3rd baby now. Check out Vegeta and Bulma's channel, and I hope y'all have a great day. Probably gonna go pleasure myself to some vegetable fan fiction. So, talk to y'all later.